I don't know if you know me by now, but I'm sort of a perfectionist, but you know what? I can really let things go and still be perfect because it's okay to just be in between. And it's not easy to be in between because sometimes it's tilted too much towards one side. Oh, the house is too dirty. Well, when it comes to the house, I mean, there's no in between. It's either dirty or it's not dirty. When you clean up, yeah, you may have cleaned up, but did you clean? Cleaning up and cleaning is not the same thing. What did you actually do? I mean, that's why when I used to get home, and my wife used to say, don't even touch anything. It's no better than before. Because the minute you make a mark that's normally not there, because they're there, they know the mark is there. Okay, if you would move that mark and still keep it dirty, they'll see the change in the mark. They'll know right away they didn't do it. So they know somebody moved the dirt from one place to the next. That's what the woman's got. They're even. Even, 11, Elenin, okay, 7 and heaven and 11. I'm going to tear apart this whole thing. I am so strong, I don't even know where to start sometimes. It has been powerful the last few days, very powerful. They keep cutting me out. They do a 15-minute video and they cut me out. It's just so powerful. There's just if I have the right question, I can go. I'm like the Stairway to Heaven. I was listening to the song before, the Stairway to Heaven, and I wasn't going to talk about this now. And I was figuring like this: the Rubik's Cube. There are actually 3 Rubik's Cubes, okay, in this game. So there's 3 rows on each one. So you go 3, 6, 9. But you have to get from one Rubik's Cube to the next, because if they put them too close, and there's no space, they can hit each other. So they have to leave a space in between. That's why they say that Jupiter and the Sun actually split up this universe, as in maybe 1 for 1, like the 9 card, 1 for 1, numbers, letters, whichever one you want to put. Okay, so we need a sky jack. Well, that's what the jack is all about. He's to help out the eye. Man has one good eye, you know. Anyways, then there's a platform. That's where you start the walk. And then there's the final step. So there's 9 stairs, 2 sky jacks, 1 platform, 1 final step. It totals 13. So we say this is how many stairs it would take to get to heaven. Then we're going to ask, well, what are they going to do with 13 in heaven when the dice only goes to 6? But the cat's house goes to 9 in the dog pound of the tic-tac-toe. Okay, so I get to 13. So I'm assuming it's a different kind of concept act. It's supposed to be the same as here, but it might be a little bit different. The reason for that is because of the number, we get up to number 13, which in all actuality would be 7, because the odd number is male, and the other one would be 6, and that would be female. So we'd have the 6 cards female, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and queen. 10 and queen, okay, as a 10 card, and then we'd have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, jack, king. There'd be 7 male cards, okay. Anyways, it gets up to 13. 3 and 1 makes the 4 angle. So I'm thinking 3 and 1, that's a triangle. They put 2 triangles on top of each other. It makes the mug and done. That's the way it finishes. You know why it's 13 stairs? If you take a Rubik's Cube and you count the top row, you know man's not on top. We're just average. We're not average, man. We're man 6. Okay? So we're not on the top. So anyways, in Rubik's Cube, the top row has 9 squares. The next row, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the next one is the center one, which is the core. So you have to stop on 13. So God, the Stairway to Heaven, it's only 13 steps. Okay, 2 sky jacks, a platform, and a final leap. Did you understand that? In Rubik's Cube, on the top row, there's 9 squares. Okay, now if you want to go to the center row, I mean, obviously everybody counts from one side to the other side. So you count 9 on the top, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 13 is 1 over, and the 14th one you hit the core. Okay, that's why there's 13 stairs up. That's why it's lucky number 13, because it's God who supported the beta world. The beta world is a queen. There was no chicks in heaven before. Okay? There were no chicks because there was no creation to need chicks. Here on earth we need chicks. We eat their wings. We like their wings. Their wings are good. Spicy is nice. I'd eat them twice. So we got that. So this is what it is. It's a skyjack balance. Okay, that's the letter Tav over here for those Jewish people that know the Tav. This is one of the jobs that Tav did right here. I'm assuming it's a skyjack, and it brings the man, okay, over here up to the next level. They're like cash registers. You're like cashing in and cashing out. Okay, although you're actually starting right here as man, or actually on this side here. You'd be starting on this side here as man, and you'd have to walk up these stairs. So I have 13 because of the number in the Rubik's Cube, okay, but he may have to be on this side climbing up. I'm not exactly sure how the sky hook works, but you can see up here, you see the ace face, looks like a duck beak, okay. The birds are all up here with their beaks open. Are they really bringing in the babies? I think they are. They're right here, a duck's beak. The diamond makes a duck's beak, and you ask me where the diamond is. When you make a balance, okay, you always put a diamond shape there to know where the middle is, right? It's more solid that way, and that's where the diamond shape comes in. And when you put a line across it, it makes the beak of a duck. That's the way it is, okay? So I showed you that. So it's 13 stairs, and the 14th is the spirit fag. Why is it the spirit fag? Because it's man, angel, and God. It's what turns in the center. It's like almost like watching the Jetsons. There's something in the center in the core, the redirecting. It's got to be male and female for whatever's coming in. Don't forget, we got the whole solar system and all those moons. You know, all those moons is what's going on. That's the action. The action is in the moon. Buddy Lenin, if she's twirling around Venus, has she passed out of Venus yet? Because don't forget, you have the empty space, okay, which is not empty, but when you travel through the line of where Venus is, that invisible line that they put there just for us to see, it's really there. It's there. They didn't just design it like that. It's there. They know they have to show it to see it. It's there. We just don't see it, and they put it, so we should see it. But for them, it's really not there. It's just the world just turns around, and oh my God, I just believe that part of this, if you check properly where all the oil is in the world, I bet you we can find it by putting 3 Rubik's Cubes together and trying to figure out where it is. Are we working with 1 Rubik's Cube? No. We always have to work with a minimum of 2. Man and beta, because man is the beta. The disk world is on the outside. Pegasus 72 NGC 7286. Go check it out. Pegasus NGC 7286. I know my numbers, and not only that, 7286 works in many more places. If you want to know one day, just ask and I'll tell you. Okay. But the other thing with this is that the queen and the king, okay, the queen is the 12th letter, bar mitzvah of a girl. The king is the 13th card, the 13th card, bar mitzvah of a boy. 12 and 13 together equal 25, equal 1/4. So that means the king and the queen only really act together as 1/4. Because the jack, J-A-C-K, is 0.25. The word 6, S-I-X, 19 and 9, 28, 38, 48, 52. It's a letter count of 52, but reverse, it's 25. Jack, J-A-C-K, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 25. Jack. It all works out. Jack as a whole is bigger than the queen and the king, yet the only time he is when you play the game baccarat. They count them all for nothing. All those good for nothings. Okay, so God plays the role of the man and the woman. Then again, if God played the role of the man and the woman, and the heavens are a reflection of what goes on here on earth eventually in time, therefore homosexuality and lesbianism is going to happen. And one of the reasons for the women, easier with the women, is because this is a woman's world. Bingo, they know better than us. It's so different with them. Don't forget, we are standing on guard as men. We are standing on guard as men. Okay, these women, they know the inside of it, so it's not the same thing. It's just, that's the way it is. It was made that way. The system is made that way. It's easier for a woman to be less shy than a guy is with another guy. The man always has to stand up while the woman has to be carried. Once she knows the other woman's carrying her, you're okay. But the guy, if you're not rough and tough, hey man, toughen it up, man, toughen it up. We're always telling our kids, toughen it up. You're in the sports, toughen it up, you pussy. He's talking to his daughter. I hear people talking like that. The whole system's got to change. We don't talk properly. We don't communicate right. It's all wrong. Wrong. I got in today, yeah, what was your idea? And I'm starting to I go, whoa, before it's no good. Tell me what's no good about it so I can learn. You can teach me. Teach me. I want to learn. You don't want to teach. So the system's all wrong. The king has a letter count of 41. We all know on Rubik's Cube, 41 hits dead center of the second cube. That's where 41 is, and that is the Mediterranean. Now, are we coming home, or are we leaving? Are we playing the first cube? We already know the first cube it starts, because the hexagon, right, in another situational equation, where I use the roulette board, the hexagon comes out starting on the number 14 in roulette, red. So 1 is red, the 4 is a black number, it is a red spirit, meaning male, it is in the center. 1 and 4 equals 5, so it is a 4 connect, and that's why it is there. And that's why the red overrides the 4, because it is the angle of the red they are covering, and the 4 happens to be the 4th angle. It's also the angel, and sometimes we say L in French, which means 50. For the reason of the bird, and they have a wing, and the wing means the golden eagle, and the golden eagle counts for 50 because the golden age counts for 50, and sometimes you have a silver wedding anniversary, and sometimes you have a golden wedding anniversary. And all these things and terminologies that we use is because that's the way the world was created. How can you not know if it wasn't passed on from the past? Well, guess what? It got passed on right from the beginning of time, right into you and me, onto this internet system. One of the things about the Queen is the Queen number is 62. Together they make 103. Just go look at the CD code 10-3 and you'll get an understanding of which way it's going and what it means. Okay, the Queen count is 62, which means the beta world. Okay, the other thing of the Queen mean the beta world, which means you see this 6? Well, she's got this world. And she's got that world there. She's got those 2 6s. But if you noticed, right, there was nothing in the center, because once you get that in the center, that's the red 7. That's the 7th part of that world. And then when it's this way, it's the 7th part of that world. They don't turn together. I don't know exactly how they turn. I just picked this up in the last few hours. The information just pours in sometimes, and I lose half of it. I was going to start to you and show you about the stairway to heaven. Well, if you're going up 90 degrees, you're starting from the bottom, because it might only be 3 stairs, you know, or 5 stairs. It could be going up and down. It depends exactly what is the question, okay? The basic one is I already told you. So if you're going up 90 degrees, because that's how they count, north and south, you're going up 90 degrees, east and west, that's how they count. So you can figure out how many stairs. And don't forget, 10 degrees at a shot. So how many stairs can make 10 degrees? Up. So then calculate the 10 degrees, multiply it by the 9 if you start at the bottom, but if you start only in the middle from the 4th row, which is the middle. 4th row is the middle. Anyways, I still have to work on that. Just look at the cards and see what that comes out to. I'm at 14 minutes. So anyways, yeah, so if you can just calculate the 10% and what degrees at 45-degree angle that we go up at 10%, how many stairs is it? But like I said, it's about 13 stairs. And this is the iRobot, okay? You see those lips if I hold it this way? Okay? I can make this look like a fish. I can make this look like anything. But that's the I-Man. He holds up everything. Man goes east and west, and this would turn into a ladder. Okay, eventually if you're going north and south, and then you can see another way up to heaven. The other way is, you see this Monopoly board before it goes away? How come Monopoly puts it on an angle, like this? And do you ever notice that it is on an angle, and if you put a snowflake crossing here, this turns into a snowflake. You got the 4 corners in there, and you put man, an angel, and you got a snowflake right there, baby.